Welcome back, Insufferable gaming fans. Your recklessly irresponsible and rapidly aging pal Rosser here. In the background, there is a raging thunderstorm a-comin'. I'm liable to have several types of property damage coming up. But that's neither here nor there. Because if there's one game that I get more requests for than any other, it's Castlevania 2. Luckily, I like Castlevania 2. There, I said it, I like Castlevania 2. You know what else? I also like Mario 2 and Zelda 2. They're some of my favorite games of the series. And this old man gives us some bad information. He says the first thing to do in town is to buy a white crystal, which is bull, because the first thing you want to do is to buy holy water. And to buy the holy water, we go in here. Let's buy that holy water. Holy water is going to be our single most used equipment throughout the rest of the game. I can't tell you how to navigate the equipment screen because it's an incomprehensible mess. But this guy will sell you the white crystal for 50 hearts. How do we get hearts, you might ask? Well, we kill things and take their hearts. Obviously, werewolves, skeletons, pretty much everything else. They all drop hearts. And if we hit up and B, we can throw our holy water. The nice thing about holy water is that it doesn't use up any hearts. Because not only is it our unit of currency, but it is also our ammo. Now, you'll notice that we have all the Castlevania staples. Mermen over precarious jumps. Well, mermen over precarious jumps is pretty much the most important thing to note. Aside from that, we're going to want to get up 50 hearts and get that white crystal before we go too far. Because believe it or not, it is almost completely necessary. I'm not gonna lie and say that it's completely necessary, and what a horrible night to have a curse. Take a drink. Yep, that's right, we're doing that. Horrible night for a curse, take a drink. That's just the way I roll. Now another odd thing about this game is that the half of a hearts that you get from enemies at nighttime are worth 2 hearts. And we definitely want to get 50 of them for the white crystal before the night is over. And the absolute best place to do this is at the top level of this town. We can just go back and forth slaying zombies, whipping them right in the face for massive damage. Because Simon Belmont is a tough enough dude that he can use a leather whip to decapitate a zombie. That is hardcore, my friend. Let that sink in. He doesn't even have a morning star at this point. Just a regular old leather whip. Just ripping through the undead. Hell, he beat werewolves with it. If you were the kind of manly man that could see a werewolf just jumping right at you and take a leather whip and rip its guts right out, you would have my respect. I feel like I should be cutting this out, but I'm not, and do you know why I'm not? The reason is because this is a very crucial part of the game. Turns out that grinding for hearts is one of the most important things you do in this game. It is an unlauded skill of the NES era, grinding for anything. But the night couldn't last forever, now could it? Could it? Well, it's longer than you think. But if we get enough hearts, say 200 in total, we can get not only the white crystal, but we should have enough for the next whip upgrade, which I think is in the next town, actually. But I'll double check when we get there just to make sure. Well, we'll double check when we get past the nighttime. Oh, also, you'll notice the letter E, which is right under the letter T, both of which are right above our hearts. The letter E is our experience. The letter L is our level. That means this game's got itself some RPG elements, which kicks ass. Yes, that's right. You gain power from the more critters you kill. We should be killing ourselves right into the morning sun, which has vanquished the horrible night. Take a drink. See? Piece of cake. And we've got enough for our white crystal. Buy a white crystal? Good God, yes. And we want to equip it right away. This white crystal will be giving us some kind of... Wait a minute. What do you gotta say? Thorn Whip. 100 hearts for a Thorn Whip. What do we got now? 82. Nope. 68. It would really behoove us to get that Thorn Whip before we go any farther. Oh, no one ever asked me to get through this game quickly, so... Oh, I torture you because I am a jerk. Why not? Why not? Yes, the Thorn Whip will basically double our offense. Amazingly necessary. You don't want to skip a whip. Unless you just got a lot of free time. However, in this game, we have some similarities to Metroid. And that, the faster you beat it, the better the ending you get. Whoops. Oh, and you'll notice that when I got hit, I made the same sound effect as Link from The Legend of Zelda. I'd show it off again, but I quite frankly don't want to get hit again if I can help it. 88 hearts. Whoop that ass. Now whoop that booty ass. Blam, pow, crash, blood, fire, and explosions everywhere. Holy water, boom, bang, pow. Hey, there's that level up. You'll notice that we got free healing during that level up. We also have enough hearts to get that Thorn Whip. So everything's coming up for us now. This game has some of the best quintessential Castlevania music. Alright, let's grab ourselves a Thorn Whip. Yeah, that's a longer whip now. Also, never jump straight down in a town, because half the time there is water at the bottom of your jump, and nothing kills a vampire hunter faster than water. Don't know why? Does it matter? No. Alright. See, blammo. Longer whip. Faster killing, all the things that make Rosser happy. Of course, your holy water is never going to get better, per se, but there's a reason that I like the holy... Take a drink. I didn't get hit there. let's just move ourselves along without worrying too much about collecting items. There we go. Yeah, the holy water, as you see, breaks blocks. Of course, it also breaks blocks, which means that if you break the blocks that you didn't want broken, you have to leave and come back. But since the holy water is a free use, you can use it to kind of test the area and make sure you're not about to step on a block that does not exist. Yes, I'm aware this does not make sense at the moment, but all will be explained later. Trust me. Whoa! Yep, there's a fireball to the face. I'll be collecting an item that can do something about that pretty shortly, because now we get some kick-ass music. And some of the grisly visuals that took me through my childhood. Hanged men just dangling from the mansion of the evil overlord. Okay, so here's the deal with the mansions. We absolutely, positively have to find a man to sell us an oak stake for 50 hearts in every mansion, or we can get one in previous mansions. Either way, by the time we get to the end of this mansion, we need an oak stake, and it generally costs 50 hearts. That's the short and long of it. Also, throw holy water like crazy. The reason being, because a lot of times the floors are illusions. Kinda like that wall, and we get a book. A symbol of evil will appear when you strike the stake. I guess that's a roundabout way of saying use the oak stake to get Dracula's giblet bits, which is, of course, the objective of the game in the first place. Oh, another advantage to holy water is one of the... Damn you, slime. Holy water is one of the very few weapons that has a good arc to it. There's the holy water, and the holy flame, and the holy diamond. Okay, actually I guess quite a good percentage. Now if you watch that skeleton, he might just start walking the other way again. That's another way you can tell that the floor is fake. Yeah, see, those two blocks are fake. Fake blocks are the bane of Simon Belmont's existence. I don't think there are too many more in this level though, so... hot dog. To the lower right, we're going to find Dracula's rib, and to the lower left, we are going to find an oak stake. Boom! Blam! Oh, and this should go without saying, but don't fall on the spikes. Best in an oak stake? Yes, I would love an oak stake, thank you very much. How many hearts do I have left? 78. I'm gonna give you this advice now, and I shouldn't have to repeat it a second time, but any time that you can conveniently and easily get 2 oak stakes in the same level, what you want to do... Wait a minute. Aha! Flame flickers inside the ring of fire. That means absolutely freaking nothing. Yeah, this game is notorious for nonsense clues. As I was saying, after I use this oak stake on the orb and get Dracula's rib, it would very much behoove me to go back. I fell down. Because I did not make sure that the floor was not fake. Outstanding. Which means that now I have to travel back. Bassacres. Or as I like to refer to it, ass backwards. Or, as I more traditionally like to refer to it, some bullshit backtracking. And sometimes you throw the holy water and realize that you have a fake floor about 1 second too late. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna have to go all the way back around. There's just no getting around that. And we hates it. This is the first time in years that I've had this problem. But in a lot of ways, it's quintessential of the whole Castlevania 2 problem. Fake floors and bullshit backtracking. But at least we get plenty of free hearts out of the deal, right? Right. Also, it would be super cool if I managed to get an extra level out of this, because I am starting to really, what's that word I'm looking for? Die. I'm starting to really die from lack of health. Well, actually I'm about halfway there, but the way I've been playing... Oh, come on. I totally jumped that. Thanks, game. Thanks a lot. You're a dick. It figures the one time the recording takes is the one time that I screw up the most often and the most frequently. Naturally, this would be the case. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Stop dicking around and make it through. Alrighty, Joe. And the skeleton boners make their appearance once more. A skeleton that throws bombs is a skeleton bomber. A skeleton that throws bones is, well, you get where I'm going with this. Alright. I will not tolerate any more screw-ups from myself, I guess. Alright. Now we walk forth, throwing these things like some sort of paranoid schizophrenic, and we make the jump. Hottie dog. There we go. Now we just equip the oak stake, up in B, gets us a rib full of Draculas. We now possess Dracula's rib. We'll want to equip that because, well, if we hold still, we get some reflective powers. Also, very important, we want to grab ourselves a second oak stake on the way out, if at all possible. That way we won't have to go out of our way to get one in the next level. This is strategy. It's not cheating, it's strategy. There's a difference. Mind you, it also means we're going to have less hearts to buy things in the next town, but who cares about that? We can skip half the next dungeon. And in the end, isn't that the most important thing? Spoiler alert, it is. Now we can fall down there and exit. If we don't get shot by gargoyles on the way out. Which is actually a real concern. 3 bars of health ain't so great. Zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. Up yours, Spear Knight. There we go. Now all we have to do is make it to the next town without dying. And the farther you get away from the start of the game, the more hits enemies take. Oh god, the bats. We all know how I feel about those little bastards, especially when they fly in Medusa head patterns. The bats are, in fact, the Medusa heads of this game. Whoa. I want to get hit by those. Crud, 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 the spiders. Die-die-die-die-die-die-ders. They're not very friendly. And we've got big old, giant, juicy, unblinking, relentless, floating eyes. See is the sound that a scary eyeball makes. Their name is Seymour. They put the I in team. Holy shit, I'm getting my ass kicked by disembodied eyeballs. Really? Seriously? I am freaking hosed. But there is one very important thing that I need to do before I die here. Aside from leveling up. Oh, thank God. Take a drink. However, I think I'm going to take one too many hits here. Whoa. Alright, holy water right here gets us. Oh, thank goodness. The Sacred Flame. That is the best sub-weapon in the entire game. Sure, it uses up hearts, but it gets multiple hits against the enemies. God, why am I not taking hits and dying by now? There we go. Well, that's a good place to stop. I finally lost a life. Take a drink. And until next time, this is your old pal Rosser. Take a drink.